everyone. Happy Wednesday. I am tuning in for my weekly update on what's happening in the city. My apologies for the tardiness. We were having technical difficulties with Facebook, so we are just live on Instagram now. Thank you all for joining me on today. I will get started in just a moment. But if you all have any questions, our team is on board to gather questions to ensure that we address them throughout today's live. Let me just bring up, okay. All right, thanks for tuning in. I will get started. All right, today is Wednesday. I know some people are having a hard time keeping track of the days, but today is Wednesday, May 20th, and as of yesterday, 8:00 p.m., there were 39,573 confirmed coronavirus cases in Los Angeles County, including 1,913 deaths. There have been over 93,000 deaths across the United States reported to date. And the world saw the highest one-day increase since the outbreak began. There were 106,000 new cases being reported in the last 24 hours. So there's definitely an uptick as we see states across the nation relaxing social distancing guidelines and implementing their various phases to reopen their government and communities. Also, there have been 14 confirmed coronavirus deaths in the city of Compton, as well as over 387 new confirmed cases that have been reported as of this time. We are still in phase 2 within the city of Compton, as well as in line with our county and state. There are additional guidelines that are being released from our state as well and at the local level. In terms of phase 2, that includes opening lower risk workplaces, retail with curbside pickup, manufacturing, some offices if teleworking is not available, and some public spaces are now open. Our city facilities and parks are still closed, and we will make an announcement when we begin to reopen these facilities for the community. We are ensuring that we put safety first, and we are also monitoring what's happening at the state and also county recommendations as we move forward. I will now go on to community updates regarding COVID-19 relief. I'll also share some information on events related to COVID-19, and then I'll jump right into standard city updates, and then I will take questions at the end. Moving forward, in terms of our community resource updates, we are still in our phase of the Every Table meal giveaway that is continuing, and it will be effective until June 16th as of now. Feedback from the location shows that although they are selling out quickly, not as fast as the first weeks. Meals are on average selling out by 11:30 a.m. and they of course open at 10:00 a.m. And this partnership was made available by Dr. Dre and Jimmy Iovine and their donation to the City of Compton's Compton United Relief Fund. Also, the Compton Chamber of Commerce is continuing to provide meals to the community via drive-through and delivery services located at Compton Career Link, 700 North Bullis Road. They are operable Thursday through Saturday, 11 a.m. to 4:00 p.m. They are also servicing seniors exclusively and veterans on Wednesday with the same hours, and so they are prioritizing that high-risk population. As of today, there are 200 seniors that are signed up in the meal delivery program. We are still taking sign-up, so if you'd like to sign up your family members or yourselves, if you're a senior, for this vital delivery service, they are continuing to deliver groceries for the entire week, once a week. I'd like to also highlight that Love and Unity Christian Fellowship is holding a food box and food voucher giveaway tomorrow, May 21st at 11:00 a.m. There will be 2 separate giveaways at 2 different locations. The food vouchers will be distributed at Love and Unity Christian Fellowship, and they're located at Wilmington Avenue, and the food boxes will be distributed at the Compton Chamber of Commerce. Once again, the food pantry is located at 700 North Bullis Road. Also, onto community efforts. They're the Inner City Child Development and Youth Foundation. They're still going strong and holding their weekly giveaway on Thursday at 1:00 p.m. I'd like to thank Drew with Screaming Eagles for their participation in our Compton United resource effort. They are providing vital transportation from the food bank and delivering these resources to the Inner City Child Development Foundation on a weekly basis. So thank them for their partnership. Also, Sylvia Nunn's Angels, they have been going almost 10 years strong. They will be holding their food giveaway this Saturday at 12:00 p.m. Thank you, Cynthia Nunn, for your unending work in this effort to battle food insecurity. Also, United Hands will be holding their weekly giveaway as well this Saturday at 2:00 p.m. at the intersection of 139th and Wilmington. Just a reminder to please, if you'd like to access the complete list of resources, if you like contact information from all of the aforementioned community giveaways and efforts, you can always access the Compton Coronavirus or COVID-19 resource guide, and that's located on the city's website as well. The link is in my bio as well, and that's at comptoncity.org/covid19.asb. And we continue to update that as new resources become available and as new information is added. Now on to regular city updates. Street sweeping is still on hold. My office has received several inquiries on this matter, and so I would like to make this issue clear. Currently, the city is not enforcing or providing additional violations, such as parking in a red zone or handicapped parking spaces, but they are, there is a hold pertaining to street sweeping. And so let me clarify that once again. You will still be penalized if you're parked in the red or in front of a hydrant, but if you are unable to move your car on street sweeping day, you will not be penalized. However, as we are receiving additional complaints and streets are unable to be swept, we are going to be considering this matter at the Compton City Council meeting this Tuesday at 5:30 p.m. In relation to health and safety. Our hope is that we can begin noticing and providing our residents with a timeline of when we will resume ticketing for street sweeping, but we will give you all ample notice so there will be no surprises, and we'll make sure that you have more than enough time to prepare for this transition through this pandemic. Also, we are continuing to repair our streets as well as performing city maintenance. I understand that street repairs are our priority for all of us, and we are definitely excited to move forward on various aspects of these efforts. Currently, the council approved in the last several weeks approximately $10 million worth of street repair projects. One project, 1801, will include a full reconstruction, full architecture and engineering, grading, new curbs, gutters, all of that installation. And so the contractor did his walkthrough last week, and so they're getting ready to mobilize and notice residents in those areas that construction will begin over the next couple of weeks. The actual groundbreaking date is currently set for June 15th. And so I will keep you all in the loop on that timeline as we mobilize that very extensive program. And then there's also an additional grind and overlay program. At last night's council meeting, the city manager gave a report of the existing assessment that was conducted by our contractor. We approved another program of several $1 million. We've shared specifics regularly on that, but they are identifying the streets that will be repaired within the upcoming weeks within this current contract. And then we're also preparing for a large city reconstruction program that will extend construction really ongoing for the next 2 to 3 years. And so I will ensure that you all are notified on those timelines, and I will provide you all with more information on this update about that process as well. We are also continuing to address the homeless encampment issues along Alameda. There was significant cleaning done this last Friday, but by a combination of efforts, we had city employees out there with Public Works and also our contractor for illegal dumping, Screaming Eagle. They made considerable progress. This is going to be an ongoing project because there's certain laws and stipulations that prevent people, the city services from moving individuals' private possessions and there's different notices and services that have to be extended in order to follow the law, and so we're going through that process. As well, I also mentioned that I gave the directive 3 weeks ago for the city attorney to move forward with taking legal action to ensure that we can have a maintenance agreement with the rail lines, as well as the Union Pacific Corridor, Alameda Corridor, and also with Metro. So we're taking those steps to ensure that we can have regular maintenance in these right-of-way areas that are not within our immediate jurisdiction. Also, this morning, I joined a call with Caltrans regarding the maintenance of the on and off ramps in our city. Last Tuesday, our Assembly member, Mike Gibson, joined the council meeting for his quarterly legislative report. I also reported back to him that we have a need for Caltrans to service the areas surrounding Compton. I also requested that we establish this meeting, which he did oblige, and that meeting occurred. I also shared footage of all of the ingress egress from the 91, 105, the 710, and also I looped around the 110 for just good measure to have some contrast to maintenance in surrounding areas in comparison to Compton. So that ball is rolling for better maintenance, and also to receive a maintenance agreement from Caltrans on when we can expect service, and then also how the city can partner collaboratively to address the unique needs that are surrounding our community. So I will keep you all posted on that. And the timeline to receive that maintenance agreement is by next week. So I will keep you all in the loop on that. Also, quick reminder once again to complete your census. This is a critical effort because this is how the federal government forecasts the amount of money and resources that will be automatically distributed to communities for a 10-year period. So as many of us are going through the stimulus process and receiving various updates on that, it's really critical that we have the accurate count and the accurate condition of our population so that we are entitled to our fair share of relief when issues such as a national or a global pandemic arises. So it's critical that we're counted. We're asking for 2 minutes of your time to fill out the census, and I'll continue to remind you all the way until October when we reach our goal of 100% responses on the census this go around. Also, and just the report on that, so as of today, only 54.9% of Compton residents have done their part and filled out the census. So that's extremely low, and we want to make sure that we do what we have the power to do for Compton, the city that we love. So thank you for that. And also, I just wanted to share that as the city is undergoing the process to capitalize our streets, I wanted to just share some direct information and also dispel some potential rumors that will spread. One caveat is anytime you're making progress, there's always some folks that spread a little confusion. And so one quick fact is that the current plan that the council will be acting upon shortly to finance approximately $45 million of street repairs will not raise taxes. This is not a new tax. This is actually utilizing the existing transportation funds that we receive on an annual basis in a strategic way so that we can get projects that need to occur now completed, and that we also will set aside funding in a maintenance fund so that the city never gets in this condition again. We are literally combating decades of neglect and disrepair, and so we are in need of an injection of capital to get our system stabilized, to make sure that we not just fill potholes, but that we're continuing this practice of this administration to repave streets, to reconstruct streets, and to also improve sidewalks and medians. And so we have a full strategy that will allow us the funding to move forward with continual street repairs, again, for the next 2 to 3 years until all of our streets are addressed as necessary. This will also provide funding for additional street lighting and additional facility upgrades to our parks and other critical issues that you all have indicated are priorities for you. And so this will be a completely, again, transparent process. I will continue to update you all weekly on this effort. Last week, the council went through a workshop that explained what the strategy is and what it can accomplish and the timeline to draw down funds, which is currently September of this year. So We already have approved $10 million worth of projects that will take us into a continuous reconstruction between June 15th and about mid-September, toward the end of September. And so our goal is to draw down that additional $45 million and continue our street repair schedule, our aggressive repairs, and then also get to the process of working on additional enhancements to the community that you all deserve. So I will keep you in the loop and also give you instructions when it's time for you to do your part and take action to contact your council members when it's time for them to take official action. So that is all for my updates on this week. If you all have any questions for me, feel free to drop comments at the bottom. I will be happy to grab what I see. And if not, feel free to still leave your comments, because we still, after the lives, and I have time later, after usually my kid goes to sleep, I grab the questions and I usually respond in those comment sections, or we add them to the agenda for the next week. So feel free to continue to provide that feedback. I saw someone come in a little late. I talked about the homeless individuals that are along the train right of way. We actually provided some service last Friday, and it's going to be a continual effort. We're looping in Hopix, our homeless service provider, to actually go out and offer the mandated homelessness services that must be extended to homeless or people without shelter. And so we're doing the proper protocol, and then we'll be able to complete the cleaning of that encampment. And also we're taking the necessary legal steps to have a maintenance agreement in place with the rail lines so that they can take care of their responsibility to maintain that area. And so we are taking care of business on that. We will continue to provide you all with updates. Thank you all very much. And I see a question of what phase are churches part of. Currently, churches are a part of phase 3. There is an effort right now to make some exceptions, and I can just tell you what's happening on a broader scale. The community, we're a part of different joint powers authorities that bring cities together to advocate for certain issues. And one of the issues that I dealt with this morning in our joint powers authority for our casinos are just the need to be at the table with our regional leaders and with our state leaders at the local level. We know the conditions of our community, and usually there's unique aspects that of how businesses and churches operate, and their mitigation measures and what they plan to install to ensure safety. And so I just think that communication must occur so that we can continue on and get into recovery mode, as we know that this will be an ongoing process well beyond even the end of this stay-at-home order. I anticipate this will be a several-year recovery, and I will keep you all up to date as I learn more about the churches and their mobilization effort and how they're able to penetrate to be able to get some action on that. Thank you so very much. I see my chief, Candace, is in the comments as well. You can please email our entire team, and we will be happy to respond to your particular issue. Our team email that goes to all of us is contactmayor@comptoncity.org. We will be happy to assist you. Again, I want to encourage everyone to stay safe as the social distancing guidelines are still in effect, but as we're entering into a new phase of relaxing guidelines, I just want to encourage everyone to be safe. I don't want to gloss over the fact that we had 387 confirmed coronavirus cases in Compton. Viruses, they spread in multiples and can have the potential to spread very quickly, and so it's critical that we still adhere to social distancing guidelines as well. And I actually plan, every week I join a mayor's meeting from around the nation, and they have different experts that come in and provide real-time information as to what's happening at the top. And one of the members on the call scheduled for tomorrow is Dr. Fauci, and I'll have an opportunity to ask him some key questions, and I plan to get some feedback on what is the recommended protocol that as we enter into phase 2, how do we still reconnect with our social fabric and still stay safe. So we're going to see what the latest recommendations are from the top, and I will ensure that I share that with you all at our next update. And as usual, if something extraordinary or just out of the ordinary happens, Before next week, I usually do an update live on Fridays as necessary. So look out for that. If something new occurs, I'll make sure that you are in the loop. And thank you guys so much for tuning in and for being active. I saw a comment that says we are awake in the hub city. Yes, we are. And just a big shout out to all the community organizations, leaders that have risen up and have really done their part to continue to move our city forward and activate our city to go higher. And so I appreciate all of you. These are the moments that I enjoy being able to connect with you. I saw a shout out from McMillan Connection. That's right. We are ramping up block clubs. I have the committee. I saw their email about their effort to ramp up block clubs throughout the city. So I'm excited about all the new activation, and that's how we have a stronger city, a better city. Teamwork. So thank you guys. God bless, and I will talk with you soon. Thank you. Bye-bye.